We had significant interest in this topic, so we're going to go ahead and record it, so those who are not able to join us can have access to the recording. So about the Nigerian Center, our mission is to foster financial inclusion and social justice opportunities while connecting the global diaspora to the Nigerian culture. The center became necessary as known with other communities across the country. The resource they have of a community center that members of those communities can turn to support their American journey. We started the center about getting to the second year now, and we've identified a few asset building areas for our programs. The very first one is immigration. We have a walk-in immigration clinic here in Washington, D.C. at no cost to the client, and they can walk in and they can speak to a licensed attorney about immigration or naturalization. Those who are not in the Washington, D.C. area are also able to speak to attorneys virtually. There is a small fee for that to be able to speak to the attorneys. But immigration is one of the major areas that we started to provide resources for the community. Another program that we are known for is access to capital. And we periodically host access to capital workshop series where we spotlight local entrepreneurs from the community doing amazingly well to talk about their journey of navigating entrepreneurship in America and the American dream. As we know, entrepreneurship is probably for some of us the only pathway we have to prosperity in America, given some barriers that we have. But because of access to capital, that journey can become cumbersome for folks. So we provide opportunities to accessing capital. We have credit building loans, we have micro loans, and we have micro business startup capital loans. You can get that information on our website with nigeriancenter.org/small business. You can fill up the application form to get access to that. I also want to talk about our home ownership programs. As we know, home ownership is the cornerstone for wealth building and generational wealth around the world. So we have regularly bring home ownership experts to talk to us about home ownership opportunities, down payment assistance program that exists in several states that folks should take advantage of, financing opportunities from the government, from private institutions, and just even strategies of navigating transitioning from renting one's primary residence to become homeowners. So we ask that you join our ownership workshop series, and all our workshops are recorded and you can catch the recordings online as well. We do have language classes, Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba. At this time, we're running Yoruba and Igbo classes. Currently running right now. They are virtual programs, so you can join from any part of the world. The classes lean toward beginners, and now we have intermediate as well. And we're having significant interest in this program. We recently were highlighted by the Washington Informer, given that we also have significant interest among African Americans who want to connect to African culture through our language classes. Lastly, I want to talk about our policy advocacy work that we do. Our Nigerian Center have started to advocate for systems level impact in our community. Right now, we are leading the Nigeria for TPS for Nigeria campaign with a goal of securing immigration protection for over 100,000 Nigerians who are currently undocumented in Nigeria. So you can also check us online to be able to join this effort. I also want to highlight that Nigerian Center now has expertise to lead petitions, issues that directly affect our community. So if there are issues that affects wherever you live that requires policy intervention congressional intervention, municipal level, state level, please reach out to Nigerian Center to be able to support you and your communities in such efforts as well. So that is all about the Nigerian Center. I'm going to pass it over to Jumoke, and thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Winger. So I want to talk about our upcoming events. Okay, so we have this. Okay, yes. So we have the Access to Capital information session, and we encourage you to join us for this session to learn about how to build your personal and business credit and to obtain funding for your new or existing businesses. We'll cover some areas like the 0% interest rate for women entrepreneurs, 0% interest rate for credit building loans for individuals, up to 250,000 working capital for business owners, and other resources for establishing personal and business credit for those without a credit history. And then on this particular workshop, usually we have sessions in two parts. So we have an entrepreneur who comes to tell us about his entrepreneurship journey and and all the ups and downs along the way, and and how he was able to start off his business in America and the challenges encountered. And then after that, we'll now talk about how you can access capital. So for this workshop, we'll be featuring Yomi Ajao, who is the founder of Equals. Equals is a 250-person capacity upscale restaurant and lounge. And Yomi Ajao will come to share his experience as an entrepreneur in the US. This event is on the 22nd of July, so please register to attend. We have this was the one that Benga was talking about that was featured on the Washington Informer. It's the significance of names and naming ceremony. The focus is on the Yoruba culture. It's an in-person event, so we encourage you to please come out to the Nigerian Center on Saturday, July 29, to learn about culture. And of course, learning about culture satisfies intellectual curiosity, it promotes intercultural understanding, and it facilitates personal growth and enhances global awareness. So please join us to learn about the Yoruba culture and the significance of names and naming ceremony. And the attachment we have to names, the spiritual connotation for our names in the Yoruba culture, and yes, generally about names and naming ceremony in the Yoruba culture. So please, we encourage you to please come out for this event, invite others, register online, and be a part of it. Get involved. There are various ways to get involved with the Nigerian Center. One is our media page, www.nigeriancenter.org/media. And here you catch up on all our events, our past events, everything is recorded, and like we're recording this, and after that we're going to upload it there. So everything we've done on the past, you can always catch up on these events, on our website. And volunteer. It's another way to get involved. We're currently seeking volunteers. Pardon me. So, it's the Nigerian Center is a volunteer-led organization. And so we seek volunteers to help in various aspects. So please go on our website, www.nigeriancenter.org/serve. So, to register to be a volunteer, there are various volunteer opportunities. Please get in touch with us. If you don't respond immediately, we'll promise you we will definitely respond to you. But please get in touch with us as we are currently receiving applications for volunteering. And community partners. Community partners is another way to get involved. Are you a community partner? Are you a community leader or touch point for organizations? Or are you committed to supporting the Nigerian American community in areas of immigration, home ownership, financial inclusion, and overall social justice opportunities? I mean, if you are, you're invited to join the Nigerian Center Community Partners. And if you also have connections with organizations like this, or you're in touch, or or you're a touch point for one of these organizations, please join us so you can keep abreast of our work and you can understand what we're doing, and there will also be ways to collaborate with you and understand what you're doing. So please encourage you to be part of our community partners network. We have a very active presence on social media. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're on LinkedIn, we're on Instagram, we're on YouTube. And our handles are at the Nigerian Center or at Nigerian Center. Please follow up on social media. We have a lot of, it's very, social media pages active. Our pages are active and very interesting. Please catch up with us and be a part of what we do. Yes. Donate. I know when people hear donate, they kind of get scared. But don't worry, we're just reaching out to extend a personal invitation to become a donor of the Nigerian Center. Whether it's $5, whether it's $20, your contributions will go a long way. It will enable us to continue our critical work in providing immigrant justice and promoting financial inclusion opportunities for all immigrant groups in the country. We're a volunteer-led organization, and we rely on these donations to do the work we do. So I kindly request your support with a gift of, $10, $5, or even consider becoming a recurring donor. I know a lot of us wait to have something big to commit to causes like this, but you could start small and then, and make it consistent. It goes a long way in helping us achieve our work. So please, I encourage you to be part of our community, be part of the Nigerian Center by donating to a cause. You're donating to a worthy cause. As a 501c, so it's tax deductible, and yes, and you can be sure that your donations will serve the right purposes that it is meant to serve. So please, we encourage you to be a part of, the Nigerian Center by being a donor. And finally, we're starting off, our purpose for being here today. And before I hand you over to the speaker, I want to introduce our speaker for today. And our speaker for today is Femi Degun. Femi Degun is the founder of Yield Solutions and Logistics. He loves to dig into clients' problems and solve them with passion and modern technology. And to accomplish this, he focuses on delivering key outcomes, building amazing teams, and quickly adapting to new learnings. He currently helps Nigerians with the enrollment of NIN, BVN, and passport applications. They also assist in other travel applications, personal and business logistics, and insurance, and to name a few of what they do. And currently, they're working on a non-profit organization that caters to elderly Nigerians, and also a mini call center to answer questions from Nigerians in USA and Canada. So please watch the space and stay tuned. He enjoys meeting people, hearing new perspective, and ultimately he loves to solve problems. So please, we encourage you to, push your problems to him this evening. And at this point, I would bring in the speaker, Mr. Femi Degun. Thank you very much, sir. You're welcome.
Thank you so much, Ms. Jumoke, for that lovely introduction. Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Benga, for setting all this up and for your vision. And thank you again, everyone, for joining. I will do a brief talk and I will hand things over to our operations director, and he's going to talk through this slide and answer questions, and we'll all be here together. So as Jumoke has introduced, those are a few of the things we're doing. Our passion comes to the love for Nigeria and helping people in diaspora to get every information possible. When the issue of NIN came in and people were having problems to get it or to even solve simple things like how to get their NIN if I've done it before, or how do I even change my name, or the recent ones we've been seeing is a date of birth and all that. And for our people, it's like we're far away from home and we still can't get some information. So we partnered with NIMC and the government and a few other businesses to start enrolling people. So we have our office in Laurel, Maryland, we have in Richmond, Virginia, and we also have an office in Canada. We're going to open the second one also in Ontario. So feel free to tell everyone that needs to get it or even just need the simple information about it. We always pick our phone and talk to people every time we can. If we can't get to you, you send us a WhatsApp message, we definitely will respond. So we've been doing this for quite a while now, and we've been successful at it and helping people get solution and reaching out to Abuja, making sure NIN is validated, doing all those things. So we have a lot of people that come for different things. Sometimes it's not even like NIN is not, it might be passport application because the website might be a little bit difficult. So we've been helping people, and we want everyone to know that they can always reach us, either via phone, WhatsApp, or even walk into our office. We've eliminated the idea of setting appointment just because it's hard for our people to just get, go online and set up things. So we tell people you can walk in, we'll stay till the last person is taken care of. So having said that, we also do BVN. A lot of Nigerians have money, want to send money back home, having problems to either get their money to the bank because they don't have a bank account. So we've been partnering. We started talking to a few banks who open the BVN account, and the banks are willing to work with us and have customers set up their things and start sending money directly, and either transfer Naira to their account or send dollar into the domiciliary account. So that's another thing. We also help, what's it called, in passport application and assistance. And I've had a lot of people, I have a lot of people that will call us that they've not been able to reach out to the embassy because no one is picking the calls. I tend to go there, or someone in my office will go there once a week to try and take complaints and maybe take documents down there. So please tell people to reach out to us when it comes to all that. For embassy questions, we don't have 100% of the answer, but we can always reach out to them and get back to customers. So having said that, Jumoke, do you still have the slide on? Hello? Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes, I can hear you. You can share your slide. You can share your slide with us now. Okay.
Okay. Hold on 1 second. I thought you were going to share it. Let me pull it up. Give me 1 second.
Oh, okay.
Okay, just bear with me. I'm actually trying to pull it up.
Mr. Femi.
Yes, ma'am.
I was going to ask you a question, but it seemed while we're waiting for you, I was going to ask you a question, but I can wait.
No, go for it. I can answer while I'm trying to mess around with technology.
Would you mind we just hold off on Q&A at this point? Mr. Femi, would you by chance also have video?
Video of myself or video of what?
Are you able to turn on your camera so we can see you?
Oh, sure. I can turn it off a little bit and then I'll hand it over to Mr. Show. Give me 1 second.
Okay. It's not compulsory.
No. I'm good. I'm human. I'm not a ghost, so I'll turn it off.
Okay.
Yeah. My apologies. I should have been a little bit more prepared.
Do we have a copy of this presentation?
Yeah.
I do have a copy of it. You want me to share it from my screen?
Please share it. I'm sorry. I'm just having a little bit of technical difficulty.
Okay. Give me. All right. Let me try to pull it up.
Reading, okay. All right, can you all see me?
Yes, we can. Thank you for showing us your face.
All right, thank you, sir.
Yes.
Okay, just give me a minute. I'm trying to pull up my mail here.
Okay.
So I think we can both do it both ways, Mr. Femi. Also, if you get to it faster.
Yeah, I'm still working on it. I thought okay, I think mine is coming up, so. All right, let me share my screen and let me know if you all see it.
Not yet. Okay, it's coming up now.
Okay, can you see it?
Yes, we see the screen. See if you can make it a full screen. That would be great.
I have mine up already. I don't know if you want me to still share it.
All right, can you guys still see mine?
No, we're not seeing your screen.
All right, go ahead, Jumoke. I think I'm having difficulty here.
Okay. Let me see.
So Mr.
Okay.
Mr. Femi, I think we have it. I think we're both trying to share it at the same time.
Okay, let me stop mine.
You can stop. Yeah.
Well, mine is no longer sharing, so Jumoke, you should have it now.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Can you see my? Can you see
Yeah,
my own?
I can see yours, Jumoke.
Okay.
All right, can everyone see it?
We see the info session. Jumoke, we see through the inbox.
I can see it.
Okay, can you see it now?
Yeah.
Okay. This? Are you all seeing this screen? Introduction, what
Yeah.
it mean?
Mr. Femi, can you see the screen?
Can you see
Yes.
my screen now?
So is it showing the July 20 and then the NIN slip and then the passport, right?
So yeah, so it's that. So this is the yeah.
All right,
To
perfect.
the
So
next page.
let's go to the next slide. Let's see if it changes.
Okay. So you want to talk about, so we have the introduction, the overview of NIN.
No,
Yeah.
we're not seeing that.
Okay.
We're not seeing that.
And then you want to talk about the National Identity Management Commission as part of the slide.
We're not seeing
Yeah,
that.
but we can't see that yet.
Can you stop sharing your screen and do it again, Jumoke?
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'll do it again.
All right then. Okay. Sure.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. I'm trying to put it on slideshow. Okay.
Excellent.
All right. Are you fine now?
Yes, thank
Okay.
you so much.
Okay.
So again, real apologies everyone for the difficulty, but thank you, Jumoke. So like I explained earlier, that's everything. I mean, not everything about us. We still have several things that we assist Nigerians to do, but today we're going to concentrate on the NIN. NIN is the National Identification Number. There is a body that administers that in Nigeria, and the body is called NIMC. That's the National Identity Management Commission. It's a government agency that is responsible for creating and maintaining a comprehensive national identity database. Basically, when people come to the office and it's hard to explain to them what the NIN is and why they need it and all those things, I kind of give them a simple scenario that is a social security number. That's a number that links everybody for all the things they're going to be doing in Nigeria, just as simple as what they do with social security number here. So having said that, I know I said I was going to bring our operations director that is in charge of the US and Canada, and Mr. Shem is going to take over and explain everything to everyone, and then we'll go to the question and answer. So bear with me 1 second, he's going to take over now. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks.
Evening.
Mr. Shem, are you comfortable with this page? Overview of NIN, importance and primary objective?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so let's kick off from here.
All right, so the overview of NIN importance and primary objective. One is like Femi essentially, explained earlier that it's essential component of Nigerian effort to establish a comprehensive national identification system. It's a unique 11-digit identification number for everyone. Is unique. You cannot have two. It's one for each person. So that means you cannot register twice. Like some people think, okay, well, I did it in Nigeria. Can I do another one now? No, it's not possible. You have to do one at a time. I mean, one per person. It's provide a standardized and reliable means of identification for citizens all over the world and legal residents in Nigeria also. So that means that if you're a Nigerian, if you're ever going to visit Nigeria or wherever you live, you need to have this NIN. Basically, like Femi said earlier, it's just like it is here for social security number. The NIN service as a foundation serves as a foundational identification system, linking individual biographic and biometric data to a single identity record. So right now, on your passport, your NIN is going to be there. So each is something that is unique to you because now your fingerprint, your pictures is linked with a number that you can't change until the end of life. That number remains yours. And it's designed to streamline government services, enhance security, promote financial inclusion by facilitating access to services such as social welfare, healthcare, education, and financial transaction, and telecommunication, meaning that, if you go to Nigeria right now, to get a cell phone, you have to have an NIN. If you go to the hospital, basically, you must have an NIN. If you want to go to school for your children, you must have NIN. So it's more like the thing that everybody must have if you're going to Nigeria to needing any services, particularly, you must have your NIN with you. They play a crucial role in establishing a person's identity and are used for various purposes, such as applying for official document, opening bank account, filing taxes, and accessing government services. So again, that is it for you. If you're going to be having a bank account in Nigeria, you need your NIN, of course, alongside with your BVN. What are the benefits? The benefit of updating NIN may evolve over time as the Nigerian government continue to develop and implement its national identification system. So just so you know, like we used to tell our customers when they come to the office, Social Security in America is well over 250 years. Nigeria is just less than 10 years. So there will be some bottlenecks around there, but we must all work together to make sure this works. And so even with the 250 years for Social Security, there are still issues that, still going on that, it's not even, that is not smooth as far as even the United States is concerned. So But for Nigeria, we are doing our best to make sure that this must be something that must work. Like some people ask, oh, another government is going to come and this is going to change. No. Let us all believe and be very optimistic. This is going to be something that's going to last and will continue to work for us as Nigerians. So part of the benefits are the foreign diplomacy and visa processing. You must have your NIN to get your visa, or to be able to, to get your passport. You said visa processing, international diplomatic purposes, ensuring secure identification of Nigerians since traveling abroad. So it's something that they used to, there is this saying that most Nigerians have, what they say, that we have 2 passports to our name. That is not possible anymore now, because each person, your NIN is identifying you from get-go, so you cannot have more than 1 passport as it is. Of course, it helps to combat fraud and crime, because now, if you recall, during the time when there was a lot of kidnapping, because before you can get a phone, your NIN must be associated with it. So you can't call with a phone that is associated with you, because police is going to know where you are, who you are, because you already submitted your NIN to get the phone, of course, in Nigeria. So it's also helped the law enforcement agents to do their job. They can track your phone. They can know where you are. It helps in facilitating e-government services, making it easier for citizens to interact with government agencies online, which is what they do currently, right? It is done here in the United States. It reduces redundancy, helps to eliminate duplicate and redundant government data in government database, improving data accuracy and efficiency in service delivery. Next slide. Financial inclusion. Of course, financial inclusion, we mentioned that earlier. It helps you in opening your bank alongside with your BVN. Financial service inclusion, rollout of financial inclusion, initiating mobile banking and all that. All of that you need your NIN to do. Of course, voter registration and election, your NIN is also involved in that. It's used for identification. Identification, you can use it as a means of, if you have the card, you can use it to fly, if you are stopped, your NIN is as identification for you and for authentication also wherever it is needed. It has access to government service. Many government services, private services benefit in Nigeria require an individual to provide the NIN for verification. So, of course, you're seeing social welfare program, which I hope, and at some point, is going to become part of this, is going to be this social welfare program right now. It may not be that pronounced, but it's along the line, it's going to be part of the thing that will be done. Of course, if I don't, go back there, go back, next slide. Yes. And what if I don't have NIN? One, you cannot renew your passport. It is, and that has been what has been driving a lot of people to do that right now. The truth is, you can't renew your passport going forward without having NIN. And I tell a lot of people when they come around, if you belong to any organization, a church group, people don't wait until it becomes an emergency before you go and do your NIN. You're going to need it, whether you need it now. So you will do well to educate everyone that if you don't need your NIN now, you're going to need it later. If you don't need it now, you're going to need your passport. If you're ever going to go to Nigeria, you're going to need it, either now in the future. So rather do it now, because the challenge we see most of the times is when people are really at the need, then they'll be rushing in to say, can you do it tomorrow? NIN is not like a drive-through, you go in there and you get it out there. But we do our best to help our customer to get it as soon as possible. You have limited access to government services. Then identification, like without NIN, you may face difficulty improving your identity in various situations, especially when official identification is, which is true. You won't be able to do basically nothing, get a phone, go to any offices in that where you would need basic things in Nigeria, you will need your NIN. Of course, you can't open an account in Nigeria without an NIN. Again, employment opportunity like it is here, you will need your NIN in Nigeria, the same thing as it is over there. You can't be part of the election. And of course, it's so difficult for you to do many things in Nigeria if you don't have your NIN and even abroad. Next slide. Now, how do you register? We complete your NIN application if you come to our office. We do BVN registration. Okay, great, thank you. We collect your personal information, we take your fingerprint, and we take your picture, and we register you. and then we'll give you your NIN as at when you get, it's available. Sometimes, depending on the database in Nigeria, it could be immediate, it could be 3 days. And if you're doing modification, those are another level that you have. Sometimes might be 3 days or a week, depending on the database in Nigeria works. But we do our best to get our customers their information as quick as possible. Like Femi mentioned earlier, we also do BVN, which is to help you to enroll and to open an account in Nigeria as it is. Next slide. Yeah, I think that some few questions we have here. Jumoke, do you want to go over them, or you want me to just take on them and answer them?
Yeah, we have, there are some questions in the chat box. I'm trying to,
All right.
Okay, so someone is asking, who can I contact with questions regarding NIN, regarding NIN?
So you can contact our office. I think our flyer is attached to this slide.
Yeah.
Our numbers is there and our email is there. If we don't pick up your number, your phone, please drop a message. We'll definitely read in return. Or you can send us a message on WhatsApp. We'll reply you if you have any question for us.
Okay, and then somebody's asking what is the difference between NIN and BVN?
So BVN is basically only for bank. It is called bank verification number. That started earlier before NIN came into being, and that is because of fraud that many people commit. So they go to one bank, borrow money, and don't pay back. Go to another bank, borrow some money, don't pay back. So the banking industry came up with a number that everybody that is going to bank with them must have a number, so that no matter where you go, your number goes with you. So they can cut down on all the fraud that people are committing, just borrowing money and not paying back. So it's only restricted to bank. If you want to open an account, you must have a BVN. NIN is beyond bank. It's everything you're going to do, just the same way Social Security is in the United States. Phone, housing, car, health, voting, everything cut across. That's what NIN does for you. And that's why, but to open an account, you need both your NIN and your BVN in the bank.
Moranica, you want to ask your question now? I know you wanted to ask it since, so please go ahead if you want to ask your questions. If you want to ask questions, please, you can raise up your hands in the chat box so I could see them.
Yes, yes, I do. I do have a question. I have some bubble. Everybody, Omo Yoruba means so. I am a Yoruba, but my question is to Femi and a guy. I wanted to ask, how can I'm trying to see how I can put it into words. I'm right now struggling. I'm 36 years old. I have been to the Nigerian embassy. I really don't have actually no guidance on it. I've been to the Nigerian Center. Mr. Benga has helped me a lot. Legal lawyers has also helped me a lot. So what I really need right now is, because I'm in a shelter. I'm in a program. And I have been on the streets since I was 18 years old, struggling. I have tears. I'm so sorry. I'm like actually crying because I cannot even believe that I'm speaking to my own people. So, it's very, very difficult at this time, because where I'm at right now, they have checked me in the system and see that I'm on document. And I have got myself in a couple of times trouble and everything. So I'm basically trying to figure out where can I start, because right now my voucher is being put on hold. My housing voucher is being put on hold due to me not having a social security number, permanent residence, permanent residence. So the housing authority in DSH is trying to figure out how long have I been in the United States. Did I come with my parents? Was there a law that they passed down back in the early 1990s? I'm not sure. I don't know. So that's why I'm reaching out to you guys to see if you guys can help me.
And I thank you, Morenike, for the question. And also, I think to add on to that question is, does one's immigration status in the United States affect you getting NIN or BVN?
No, your immigration status has nothing to do with NIN or BBN, basically. You can get NIN as long as you have a proof that you're Nigerian, that's all.
Okay. Someone is asking, is NIN restricted to age? Can a child apply for it? Can one register for NIN and BVN the same day in your office? So Collins is asking that question. You may want to respond to that.
So the first question, is it restricted to age? No. We've done a 5-day-old baby in the office here. We've done a 7-day-old baby in the offices. Everybody that is, if you're a Nigerian, you need to have. Now, for a child, you can apply for a child, like I said, so it's not restricted to age. And can you register for NIN and BVN the same day? It's possible. If your NIN comes out that same day, which happens most of the time, yes, we can register for BVN right away in the same day.
Right. Somebody is asking if to answer. So you've answered Monica's question. As long as she has evidence that she's a Nigerian, she can get her NIN.
I don't have no evidence. Me, I don't have no evidence of all. That is why I've been from last week. Honestly, to God, I've been to immigration. I've been to immigration and everything like that. So it's like I call them on the phone. They don't even answer us on the phone. So it's basically like they're not on our time. We are on their time. So right now I have been going, I don't have no source of income. I don't work. I don't do anything. I'm just a student trying to get my GED. So I'm really lost beyond words, because all I have right now in front of me as I'm speaking to you guys right now is my birth certificate. I don't know where to start and everything. I just went to Social Security this morning and they say that I need either a proof of my passport, but then I say my passport has to be up to date. Like, I'm looking at these people like, what do you guys mean it needs to be up to date? Like, I'm so confused. The last time I ever used the passport was back in 2001. That was the last time I ever used a passport. So
Maureen, I'm sorry to interrupt. I think you can actually respond to some of the questions after the call offline.
It's going in and out.
If it's possible to kind of limit, if it's possible to allow us limit the question to just NIN and other needs that you have, like immigration and all of that, we can talk about that after the class, if that is okay. Thank you so much. So, Mr. Femi, my next question would be, can you speak to the verification, because it's been coming up? People may come to your office to get NIN and they go to the embassy, they say it's not verified. What should we do at that point? And why does that happen?
So if anybody's familiar with the way database works, sometimes these things happen. It's not often, but lately we've had this issue because they said they are upgrading their server. And if you have issues with verification, you can give us a call. If we are the one that processed your NIN initially, definitely, most of the time, I would say 90% of the time, once they send it back to us, it's already verified. Now, if anyone asks you verification, it's a database in from Nigeria. What we do is to do registration and we follow with them once they are done to send it to us that it's been verified. Sometimes they said it's been verified, and maybe some percentage may not be, but by the time we will not know until you go to the embassy, that's when we can know that, oh, well, this is what is happening. And we can call them back and say, hey, this is not right. And they would fix it right away. So it's something that is done from the Nigeria end of the portal, which is, we don't have control over that. We do the registration, we follow with them, we get it done, and we hope to get that process resolved very quickly. Once they're done with this, they update that they said they are doing. And we apologize to anyone who has ever had to experience that anyway.
We see some hands up. Vivian, can you please ask your question?
Thank you, Mr. Benga. I want to ask Mr. Femi and the other presenters. I have my NIN, but I cannot remember my BVN. How do I go about that? That's number one. And also, my passport, I have urgent need to obtain a new one because my old passport has been with immigration for some years now. And from the information I got from their office, once it stays with them that long, they never give back to the owner. So in the process of getting a new passport, how do I go about it? I've been trying to call the embassy, but the phone lines, they keep ringing without anybody picking. How do I go about those two, BVN and passport, Nigerian passport? Thank you.
To answer your first question, if you come to our office by getting some information from you, we might be able to check for your BVN and get it for you. It's not because sometimes you might think you have it, and we've seen people come in and say they have BVN and they don't really have it. So, but if you come to the office, we can help you to look through, or you can call us, you know, on the number. We can get your information over the phone and see what we can pull off for you. Sometimes we are successful in getting your BVN for you with the information we're going to ask from you. This should be a personal information from you.
That's right.
And we can get your number for you. Now, for the passport issue, you agree with me that that's you know, it's embassy's question. But personal view about that, like I mentioned, it's a personal view. You will agree with me that the volume of people that goes to the Nigerian embassy every day, honestly, I don't know how they handle it. And it's just a process that I think is broken, that needs to be fixed. We hope that at some point we'll draw the attention of the Nigerian government to this problem. Because it seems to me that it's only in DC here that they can print a passport for every Nigerian in the United States. And just imagine that. The last I checked, the percentage of Nigerians in the United States rose by, I think, 69% within the last 2 years, both for those that are living here and those that are coming in. So just that alone, to deal with that number of people that want to travel back on a daily basis, they deal with maybe about 700 people every day to 1,000 people. It's not sustainable. I don't know how they do it. So I would suggest that to renew your passport, if you have the data page of the lost passport, right, you can.
I don't.
You don't?
I don't, and it was two that went into their hands. My old one, my older one, and the one I had that,
yeah,
you know.
Yeah. With that, I mean, they will still, I know that they said they can still work out a passport for somebody who's lost their passport. I know there's a fee they have to that. I can't remember off the top of my head, but do your application online and go there, tell them you lost your passport. I know they will charge a fee for that, but I don't know the amount of it. So they will still help you process your passport regardless. But make sure you have your NIN that is set with your name and something to prove. That's all you need to do.
I have the NIN.
Yeah, once you have your NIN, do your application online on innovate1services.com. And
please say that again, Mr. Fem.
Innovate.
Can you spell it?
Can we put it in the chat box, sir?
Okay, put it on the chat. Thank you.
I will try and type it in there for you now.
Okay.
Thank you.
We have one more person raising up. Let's Ademiloye, Chris Ademiloye. Mr. Ademiloye here. You have your hand raised up. Okay. I don't think we have anybody else trying to ask any questions again.
I do have another question. Mr. Femi, how can we safeguard or protect ourselves from like those like fraudulent agents who just kind of complicate
Did
issues.
somebody call for my name? I
Um,
thought you had a question.
Your
No.
hand was raised up.
no,
Mr.
that
Kemiloye.
that is not
Oh, that is not her. Okay.
So Mr. Femi, like what are the things, how can one protect themselves from those who are not registered or authorized to issue this number?
Honestly, if I cannot, that's why it's difficult to, we've had to receive a lot of calls to fix a lot of problems created by many of these people that we don't know. I mean, we've even seen people that went and gave people NIN and they were not there. If anybody tells you you can do NIN without you being there, that's fraud. Because there's no way you should have an NIN that you cannot, you have to be captured and your fingerprint has to be captured also. So the only way I would tell you is that I know many times people say, hey, come and do it here. Just don't go where you're not sure of what they are doing there, no matter how beautiful the place is. And I don't want to sound, this way. We know what we do. And that's why what led us to this is passion. And so there is no way I can tell you, oh, this person, because they're going to be, in a short building, tall building. No, they can sound very, very convincing, but it's just sham. I've seen somebody that came from Colorado and told us that somebody came to do NIN for them. And unfortunately, by the time we investigate further, we realized that the guy just collect their money and did not do anything for them. So sad. Some people did it in Philadelphia down there, same thing. So, I'm also, if somebody does not, even if they have an office that is set, it doesn't mean that it's, they will get it right. So I would say that you should just do your best to let somebody tell you, okay, I've been there and they've been able to serve me well. So get the testimony from somebody, 2 or 3 people, be sure that it is right before you go there. Yeah, that's what I would say. But they won't tell you that they are fraudulent. Yeah.
Somebody is asking that there is no NIN registration center in MD on the NIN website. And asking how much is it for processing. Also, I would like to ask a question. Is there a way in which we can have that information on the accredited, centers where people can go for NIN? Is that information available at the embassy? So that, people don't, I'm surprised that just any random person could walk up to you and say, oh, I do NIN. I thought there were designated points that the embassy refers people to. Are we able to, get that kind of verified information anywhere?
Sure. I mean, if you go to the embassy, definitely they will tell you where to go. So because they've seen a lot around, so they know where to send you for. If you talk to anybody in the embassy, they will tell you, go to this place. They are sure what they are going to do for you there. The embassy definitely you can rely on that. The other thing I would say is that somebody said that there's no registration Maryland on the NIN website. I can't tell you what that is all about, but we sure that sometimes these informations are not, even our address on the website is not updated till today. That is Nigerian for you. Is to process your NIN is simply $50. If I'm answering the question, yeah. But we have our own office in Laurel, and I think it's part of the presentation, which you can be shared with anybody who wants it. You can put your email in the chat, and I think Jumoke can send it to us if you want the. I know somebody was asking if you can get the presentation earlier. So you can see our address there and information if you need to get in touch with us.
Thank you very much. Mr. Femi, is it possible to please post your address on the chat?
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, I think that's all the question we have. Jimbe, can you please share our own PowerPoint once again so I can go through?
Okay, so you could go through the, all right.
Ms. Chris, if you're still here, whenever you're able to unmute yourself, we definitely would like to hear from you. I want to thank you, Mr. Femi, for the presentation, and everyone from your team. Thank you for enlightening us about the process of NIN. We are going to make this presentation available on our website as well, for those who are not able to join us to refer to the presentation. And with your permission as well, we are going to share the screen. We are going to share your presentation to the audience. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Gwenga, my screen is up. I want to go over upcoming events.
Can you put it on a slide, full screen?
Okay, full screen. Okay.
So I just want to quickly talk about our upcoming events. On July 26th, we are having Access to Capital session featuring Yomi Ajaro of Echo House. Echo House is located in Rockville, Maryland. And he will be talking about his entrepreneurship journey. And then we'll be making a presentation about Nigerian Center small business loan opportunities. We provide loans anywhere from $1,000 to $250,000. They also include credit building loans and business startup capital loan. July 29th, right here in the Nigerian Center in Southeast Washington, D.C., we are going to have an in-person cultural workshop. It's the significance of name and naming ceremonies. It's also a wonderful time to just get to connect to the community and also hear more about the other programs that we have as well. Our immigration lawyers would also be available at that time. So anyone who wants to have questions regarding immigration can come, but this is strictly a cultural workshop event happening on July 29th. Next, I want to talk about opportunities to get involved with the work of the Nigerian Center. The very first one is that please go to our website on the media. You can access all the recording of our workshops, including this particular one as well. For those who have questions regarding taxes, credit, home ownership, immigration, there's a whole series on family-based immigration, humanitarian-based immigration, EB1 to EB5, employer-based and employment-based immigration. All of that is available on our website. Our volunteer opportunities is the next one. If you go to nigeriancenter.org/serve, you can see our current volunteer opportunities, but just reach out to us and see how you may be able to support our effort. We are all volunteers at the center, and just please reach out to be a part of what we're doing. The next is the community partners. If you are a community leader or you lead any nonprofit organization, whether it is faith-based or business or student-led or student-based or media, whatever touch points you have with the immigrant community, we welcome you to be a part of our community partners. The form is available on our website. Also, I want to talk about if you want to present at Nigerian Center, if you want to be one of our speakers, a subject matter expert as well, please go to our website under Get Involved. It's a very short form and complete the form as well if you have any content that can benefit the community. The last one I'll talk about, before the last one, is the social media. If you are not following us on social media, I encourage you to please do that today. Our handle, the Nigerian Center or the Nigerian Center. We are available on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube. The last one is donation. As Jumoke said, we rely on your donation, and please do not wait till you think you can give us a lot of money in terms of donations. If you're not in the culture of donating to Nigerian organization, there is there's this narrative out there about our community don't like to come together or support each other. I would say that is a lie. That is not true. There are several Nigerian American organizations all across this country. There's Nigerian Center. There is UNAC in Maryland. We have Ms. Chris represented here. There is Nigerian American Lawyers Association. There is Nigerian Physician Association. There is NANA. There are several organizations that dedicate themselves to serving the Nigerian community. Your support with two of these organizations will keep them alive. There is NAPAC, supporting folks to go into public services. There are a lot of organizations. So your donations can make this organization continue to thrive. And do not wait until you can give $1 million. You can start with $1, $5. Your donation is not insignificant. A majority of this organization like ours are 501c3, they are tax deductible, and you can support a grassroots organization, and you can consider supporting Nigerian Center as well. I think that is all the presentation today. Thank you so much for your time, and hopefully we see you at our next events. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.